Atlanta has seen scandals, but nothing like this. It's the Frost household already torn apart by endless rumors. Courtroom battles and broken promises has just exploded into chaos. Neighbors say they were woken by screams, shattered glass, and the unmistakable sound of rage as Jasmine allegedly stormed Kirk's house in the dead of night. Fresh off a brutal custody hearing, witnesses claim she was pounding on the door, shouting Kirk's name, demanding to see her child. And when the door didn't open, she snapped. Mailboxes ripped from the ground, windows smashed. Alarms blaring all while Rasheeda was allegedly inside, yelling at Kirk to fix the mess you made. Police scanners lit up. Fan pages uploaded grainy security footage before anyone could take it down. Within minutes, hashtags like #Jasmine vs. Kirk and #custody war were trending worldwide. What pushed Jasmine to this breaking point? What secrets from court sent her into attack mode? And most importantly, how will Kirk and Rasheeda survive the fallout of the mess he created? The tension had been brewing for weeks, maybe even months. What began as whispered arguments in lawyers' offices and brief mentions on gossip blogs had finally detonated in a courtroom, and from there, spilled into the streets of Atlanta. The custody battle between Jasmine and Kirk Frost wasn't just messy, it was nuclear. For years, the shadow of Kirk's controversial past with Jasmine had loomed over his marriage to Rasheeda. The child they shared together was supposed to be a secret that nearly destroyed the Frost empire. But secrets have a way of resurfacing, and this time, Jasmine wasn't content with being sidelined. She wanted rights. She wanted recognition. And according to insiders, she wanted payback. Court documents allegedly leaked online painted an ugly picture. Jasmine's attorneys claimed Kirk had restricted her visitation, kept her in the dark about school choices, and even weaponized his marriage to cut her out of her child's life. Kirk's side, on the other hand, painted Jasmine as unstable, unreliable, and seeking attention rather than responsibility. The courtroom was filled with icy stares, whispered insults, and Rasheeda seated stiffly, refusing to even look Jasmine's way. Fans outside the courthouse described the energy as electric, almost apocalyptic. You could feel it. One onlooker claimed to a gossip vlogger, like something was about to snap. Jasmine walked in like she was ready for war. And war, it seems, was exactly what came next. The custody battle exploded when alleged audio from inside the courtroom leaked onto social media. In the grainy recording, a woman fan swore it was Jasmine was heard screaming, "You stole my son from me," followed by the muffled voice of Kirk, "You're not fit to raise him." Gasps echoed in the background, and the judge's gavel slammed repeatedly. Whether the audio was real or fabricated, the effect was instant hashtags like #Jasmine snaps and #Frost courtroom trended by the hour. The ruling itself was never made public. But insiders whispered Kirk had scored a temporary victory. His visitation terms reportedly stood while Jasmine's requests were deferred pending evaluation. To fans, that sounded like Jasmine had been shut down again this time. She wasn't willing to accept it. By evening, gossip blogs were on fire with claims that Jasmine was furious. A so-called friend close to Jasmine told one outlet she felt humiliated. She felt like Kirk used his money, his connections, and even Rasheeda's influence to push her out. She walked out of that courtroom shaking, telling people, "This isn't over." Those words became prophecy. Hours later, Jasmine allegedly drove straight to Kirk's house, not to talk, not to plead, but to unleash every ounce of rage the courtroom had ignited, according to neighbors. She arrived just after 10 p.m., her car screeching into the driveway. What happened next sounded like a scene ripped straight from a reality TV finale. "I heard banging like someone was trying to tear the door off its hinges," one neighbor told a fan page. "Then I heard her screaming his name, yelling about her son, yelling about lies. It was like the whole street was shaking." Security footage, grainy and shaky, allegedly shows Jasmine pacing outside the Frost house, fists slamming against the front door, her voice echoing, "Let me see him. He's my son too." The footage leaked within hours, spreading like wildfire. Blogs reposted it with sensational captions. Jasmine brings the battle to Kirk's doorstep. When no one answered, Jasmine's fury escalated. Neighbors claimed she ripped a mailbox from the ground and hurled it against the side of the house. Others swore they heard glass shatter, though police later disputed whether any windows were broken. "All I know," said another witness, "is alarms went off. The whole house was blaring." Inside, Rasheeda was reportedly in shock. Insiders whispered that she was screaming at Kirk, demanding he call police, demanding he fix the mess you made. Some say Kirk tried to calm her down. Others insist he froze, paralyzed by the weight of his double life unraveling yet again. Whatever the truth, the image of Rasheeda trapped in her own home while Jasmine raged outside was enough to fuel endless fan theories. And the neighbors weren't the only ones watching. Bystanders grabbed their phones, filming from across the street. Shaky vertical videos began hitting TikTok almost immediately, showing Jasmine pacing, yelling, and pointing at the windows as if daring Kirk to come out. One viral clip showed her shouting, "You can sue me all you want, Tile. Never stop fighting for my child." The line became a rallying cry, plastered on memes and fan edits that cast Jasmine as both villain and avenger. Police allegedly arrived. Minutes later, lights flashing, sirens cutting through the chaos. According to reports, Jasmine was restrained but not arrested, though insiders claimed an official report was filed. Some blogs even claimed Kirk pressed charges for trespassing, while others said he backed off at the last second, worried it would only make him look worse. Either way, the damage was done. The Frost residence had turned into a public battleground, and everyone had receipts. By midnight, the internet was ablaze. Twitter timelines were filled with jokes, memes, and outrage. Some fans sided with Jasmine, saying Kirk had pushed her to the edge by cutting her off from her son. Others blasted her for crossing the line, calling her unhinged and reckless. But the loudest voices asked the one question no one could answer. Where was the child during the attack? Some insiders claimed he was with relatives, far away from the chaos. Others whispered that he was inside the house when Jasmine showed up, and that her screams weren't just rage, they were desperation to be heard by her own child. The truth, as always, remained hidden behind closed doors. But what was undeniable was this: the custody battle had spilled out of the courtroom and into the streets. And Jasmine had declared war not just on Kirk, but on the entire Frost family. Cliffhanger, hours later, an anonymous account leaked what they claimed was a voicemail from inside the Frost home. A woman's voice, allegedly Rasheeda's, was heard shouting, "This is it, Kirk. I can't live like this anymore." The line cut off, but the internet instantly crowned it the beginning of the Frost family's ultimate collapse. If the courtroom was a spark, the attack was the explosion, and the security footage was the gasoline poured over the fire. Within hours of Jasmine's late-night showdown at Kirk's house, a 30-second clip began making the rounds on Twitter and TikTok. Grainy black and white, shot from a front yard camera. It showed Jasmine pacing furiously up and down the walkway, hands flying in the air, pointing directly at the Frost's front door. The timestamp in the corner read 10:07 p.m. at one point. She stormed up to the door and slammed her fist so hard against it that the camera shook. She shouted something that was hard to make out, but fans swore they heard her say, "He's my son too, Kirk." The footage, shaky as it was, spread like wildfire. Blogs posted it under headlines like "Caught on Camera." Jasmine storms Frost house in custody, meltdown in Frost security tape, leaks fans shocked by Jasmine's rage. And that was only the beginning. Second clip surfaced this, one allegedly filmed by a neighbor across the street. In the shaky iPhone video, Jasmine could be seen dragging the Frost's mailbox out of the ground and hurling it onto the lawn. The sound of glass breaking followed, though police later denied any windows had been smashed. Whether it was real or not didn't matter. The clip racked up millions of views in hours with captions like, "She really pulled up like GTA, and this ain't LHHATL. This is war." Inside the house, Rasheeda's meltdown was reportedly just as explosive as Jasmine's attack outside. According to insiders, she was screaming at Kirk, "You said this was over years ago. You said she couldn't touch us anymore." Some even claimed Rasheeda was on the phone with her mother during the chaos, yelling, "He brought this on himself. He brought this into our home." Blogs ran wild with alleged voicemails, some claiming to capture Rasheeda in tears, others insisting she sounded cold and furious. One supposed leak had her shouting, "Fix this, Kirk. Fix it or I'm done protecting you." Whether authentic or manufactured, the effect was devastating. Fans immediately latched onto the narrative that Rasheeda's patience had finally snapped. The reaction online was instant chaos. Twitter birthed the hashtag Jasmine vs Kirk, while Instagram edits turned the security footage into memes. One viral post spliced the video of Jasmine pounding on the door with Rasheeda's old clip saying, "I'm bossed up from a love and hip-hop confessional." The caption read, "Bossed up until Jasmine pulls up." The comments were merciless. Even celebrities couldn't resist weighing in. Young Jock, never one to keep quiet, mentioned it on his morning radio show. "Look, all I'ma say is, when you don't close chapters, them chapters come knocking back at your door, literally." His co-hosts laughed, but the clip made rounds. As fans called it, the shadiest read of 2025. Carly Red couldn't help herself either. She posted a selfie with a glass of wine and the caption, "Y'all think y'all drama's over. LOL." Fans immediately flooded her comments with laughing emojis, and Carly messy as always. Mama D took it even further, posting a crown emoji over Jasmine's picture with the caption, "She claimed her throne, baby." Fans roasted her for glorifying the chaos. But others agreed. Jasmine had turned the custody battle into a war for respect. The celebrity reaction wave only made things worse for Rasheeda. Her boutique page, usually filled with supportive comments about her clothing line, was suddenly overrun with fans, writing, "Check your man, you deserve better. Jasmine running your storyline for you." The flood of messy comments forced Rasheeda to turn off her Instagram comments temporarily. Move that, ironically, only fueled the fire. Meanwhile, Jasmine herself wasn't hiding. Hours after the footage went viral, she posted a cryptic story. A black screen with the words, "When they block you in court, you knock on doors." She added a fist emoji. Fans lost their minds. Some saw it as confirmation she really did attack the house. Others thought it was a taunt aimed directly at Kirk, daring him to push her further by mid-morning. Gossip sites claimed Kirk had contacted the police, though conflicting reports emerged about whether he pressed charges. One outlet said he filed a trespassing complaint. Another said he refused to escalate, worried it would make him look weak. Either way, official police logs confirmed officers were dispatched to his address that night, citing a domestic disturbance. And then came the twist no one expected: a third video leak. This one appeared to show the inside of the Frost home. Shaky, dimly lit, filmed through a window. Rasheeda's voice could allegedly be heard yelling, "I told you, Kirk. She was never done with you." In the background, a male voice assumed to be Kirk responded, "Don't put this on me. She's crazy." The clip ended abruptly with a loud bang. Fans speculated it was the sound of a door slamming, though. Others swore it was Rasheeda throwing something across the room. Blogs plastered the audio everywhere, calling it the Frost's marriage crumbles in real time. Memes showed Kirk hiding under a bed while Jasmine and Rasheeda shouted above him. It was messy, cruel, and viral. Even producers from Love and Hip Hop couldn't resist shading the scandal. An insider allegedly tweeted and deleted reality rights itself. That single phrase trended for hours, with fans begging the network to air the footage. But the most chilling part came at night. when a burner account posted a short audio clip supposedly recorded outside the Frost home during the incident. A woman's voice, raspy, breathless, was heard saying, "This is only the beginning. Watch what happens next." Fans immediately speculated it was Jasmine. If true, it meant the attack wasn't a one-off, it was a warning shot. Cliffhanger? Hours later, an anonymous email circulated to gossip bloggers containing 3 attached photos. 2 showed broken objects on the Frost lawn, the ripped mailbox, and what looked like shattered glass. The 3rd showed something more ominous, a note scribbled on lined paper that read, "He's mine too." No one knew if Jasmine left it, but the handwriting, messy, furious, looked real enough to keep fans guessing by the next morning. Social media wasn't just buzzing, it was boiling. If the courtroom audio was the spark and the house attack was the explosion, then the leaked neighbor footage was the mushroom cloud. Every timeline, every blog, every gossip page was flooded with Jasmine memes. Rasheeda edits and Kirk being dragged from here to eternity. Twitter birthed the hashtag custody war ATL. Instagram Reels looped Jasmine ripping out the Frost mailbox. And TikTok remixes turned her pounding on Kirk's front door into dance challenges. One viral edit showed Jasmine yelling outside the Frost house, cut together with Rasheeda's boutique promo clips. The caption read, "She don't sell clothes, she sells patience." Another brutal fan edit played Kirk's voice yelling, "She's crazy," over footage of him dancing awkwardly. In old Love and Hip Hop episodes, the comments section was ruthless, crazy. "Bro, you built this circus." And then came the celebrity pylon. Young Jock, who had already shaded the Frosts on his radio show, doubled down. On live, he chuckled. "Look, all I know is, when you don't lock your doors in Atlanta, you better be ready for the storm to walk in." His wife Kendra posted a subtle yet loaded message: "You don't play with mothers and their kids." Fans instantly speculated she was siding with Jasmine. Carly Red, predictably, turned the chaos into content. She uploaded a reel sipping champagne with the caption, "When the drama ain't even mine this time." The internet dragged her for being messy, but Carly's engagement numbers skyrocketed. And Mama D, she went all in. Dressed in full crown and robe regalia, she went live declaring, "This is why I'm the queen of Atlanta." Y'all see what happens when men play games with women? The kingdom falls. Jasmine, baby, you did what queens do, claim your throne. Fans cackled while Rasheeda supporters groaned. Even artists outside the Love and Hip Hop universe chimed in. An Atlanta rapper tweeted, "Suing your side chick, but she pulling up to your house? 2025 wild already." Another joked, "Kirk got more spin-offs than Marvel." For Rasheeda, the social media circus was unbearable. Her boutique's Instagram, usually flooded with heart emojis and style compliments, had become a battlefield. Comments like, "Leave him already, sis," and "Jasmine running your storyline for you" overwhelmed her page. One cruel meme even photoshopped her clothing store window with a going out of patience sale. "Emma?" By mid-afternoon, Rasheeda shut her comments off entirely. But shutting down the noise only made fans scream louder. She hiding, she knows. Meanwhile, Jasmine leaned into the chaos. Instead of retreating, she taunted. Her next Instagram story was a blurry selfie with mascara smudged, eyes fierce. The caption, "Say what you want. I'll always fight for mine." Fans flooded her with both praise and condemnation. Some hailed her as a warrior mother standing up against Kirk's manipulation. Others called her unhinged and dangerous. But either way, Jasmine was the center of gravity, controlled the narrative. The Frost neighbors weren't quiet either. Anonymous locals began DMing blogs claiming they saw police cars outside Kirk's house after the incident. One even leaked a photo of flashing blue lights reflecting on the Frost family's driveway. Another alleged Rasheeda was heard screaming through the walls, "This is it, Kirk. I'm done." That alleged quote became headline gold. Blogs ran, with titles like, "Rasheeda finally reaches breaking point after Jasmine attack." Then came the supposed insider leaks. It's an anonymous account, believed to be connected to production staff, dropped an audio snippet allegedly recorded inside the Frost house during the chaos. It was muffled but chilling. A woman's voice, fans swore it was Rasheeda, yelled, "You lied about her being done. You lied again, Kirk?" In the background, a man, allegedly Kirk, shouted, "She's crazy. I can't control her." The recording ended with a loud crash. Theories flew. Was it a broken vase, a slammed door, or Rasheeda hurling something at Kirk? Fans debated endlessly, replaying the clip until it became gospel. The internet decided one thing for certain: Kirk had lost control of his house, his marriage, and his public image. Even love and hip-hop producers got dragged into the conversation. Fans accused them of leaking footage to keep ratings alive. One messy tweet from a production assistant. Count Read Reality writes itself, "When people forget the cameras are gone." It was deleted within minutes. But not before being screenshotted thousands of times. The fan culture around the scandal grew nastier by the hour. Edits portrayed Jasmine as the anti-hero, Rasheeda as the tragic queen, and Kirk as the clown in the middle. Some fans created fake wanted posters of Kirk with the caption, "For crimes against Rasheeda's patience." Others flooded Jasmine's page with crown emojis, crowning her the queen of chaos. By late night, the drama spilled onto TikTok lives. Fan accounts hosted mock courtrooms, debating who was really to blame: Jasmine for storming the house, or Kirk for pushing her to the edge. One viral fan argued, Jasmine didn't just snap. This was years of Kirk's lies detonating. Another countered, "You don't rip someone's mailbox out for custodiacies? Unstable." And just when it seemed like the internet couldn't get any louder, another leak hit. An anonymous email landed in bloggers' inboxes, attached with blurry photos. Two showed the Frost's front lawn littered with broken objects. The third was darker. A crumpled piece of paper left on the porch with angry handwriting scrawled. Across it, "He's mine too." Bloggers claimed Jasmine left it as a message to Kirk. Fans debated its authenticity. But the phrase itself took on a life of its own, becoming the next trending hashtag. Hashtag HES mine too. Mine too. For Rasheeda, the note was the breaking point. Insiders whispered she'd retreated to her mother's house, refusing to sleep under the Frost roof. Allegedly, she told a confidant, "If he won't protect me, then I'll protect myself." That single quote, whether real or fake, spread like fire. Fans begged her to leave Kirk once and for all, framing her as the ultimate victim of a never-ending cycle of humiliation. Cliffhanger. At 2 a.m., a burner account posted a 10-second audio clip, muffled but distinct. A woman's voice, allegedly. Jasmine was heard saying, "Next time, I won't knock." The internet exploded. Was it real? Was it a threat? Or was it the next piece of a storyline spiraling completely out of control? By sunrise, the scandal had gone from messy to catastrophic. Atlanta wasn't just talking about Jasmine pounding on Kirk's door anymore, was talking about Rasheeda. Because while Jasmine's rage was explosive, Rasheeda's silence had been deafening. But now, after days of whispers, cryptic posts, and insider leaks, she finally decided to speak. And when she did, it sent shockwaves across the industry. At exactly 9:12 a.m., Rasheeda went live from what appeared to be her boutique's back office. Her eyes were swollen, but her tone was calm to calm, the kind of calm that hides a storm. "I've built my life, my brand, my family on loyalty," she began. But loyalty don't mean being blind. Loyalty don't mean protecting people who embarrass you over and over again. Loyalty means honesty. And I'm done protecting liars. She didn't name Kirk. She didn't mention Jasmine. But she didn't have to. The internet connected the dots immediately. Within minutes, clips of her live racked up millions of views with captions like, "Rasheeda finally breaks no more loyalty to Kirk," Her words lit up the gossip world. Celebs reposted the clip. Blogs called it the speech of the year. And fans flooded timelines with support. For the first time in years, Rasheeda wasn't being painted as the quiet wife who forgives and forgets. She was being framed as the queen ready to burn her throne to the ground if it meant reclaiming her dignity. But Kirk, he was scrambling. By noon, he posted a black screen with a long, rambling caption. "Y'all believe what y'all want, but when the truth comes out, I'll be vindicated. My family matters more than the lies being spread. God knows my heart." The comments shredded him alive. God knows your hotel receipts too. If she done protecting you, you done. Just retire from embarrassment, bro. Meanwhile, Jasmine continued to play puppet master. She dropped another cryptic story, this time showing a manila envelope on her table with the words court receipts scribbled across it in Sharpie. Her caption, "They wanted war. Now they'll get proof." Fans went into overdrive. Was she bluffing? Or was she holding legal documents that exposed Kirk's lies during the custody battle? Either way, her silence in court was now weaponized as a threat outside it, and then the bombshell twist. A gossip vlogger posted screenshots of an alleged leaked police report from the night of Jasmine's house attack. It described a female suspect identified as Jasmine Washington disturbing the peace, damaging property, and leaving a handwritten note stating, "He's mine too." The report claimed Kirk declined to press charges at this time. That last line sparked outrage. Declined to press charges. Why protect her if she's so crazy? Fans speculated Kirk was terrified that a trial would force his family's dirty laundry into public record. Carly Red couldn't resist throwing shade again. She uploaded a TikTok lip-syncing to Beyoncé's Resentment with the caption, "Imagine getting dragged in your own house." The post went viral, with fans calling her the petty queen of Atlanta. Mama D. Bama D. Doubling Down went live in full dramatic flair. "I told y'all, men in Atlanta don't know how to protect their queens. Now Rasheeda, seeing what I've been telling y'all for years. Jasmine ain't the villain she the storm god sent to expose the weak." Fans laughed, but deep down, everyone knew Mama D wasn't entirely wrong. The internet turned the entire saga into a gladiator arena. TikTok lives became battlefields, with fans role-playing Rasheeda, Jasmine, and Kirk in mock trials. Memes compared Kirk to a referee knocked out in his own game. One brutal post showed Jasmine's note, "He's mine too," printed on t-shirts, with fans commenting, "Merch drop soon." Behind the scenes, the leaks grew more sinister. Another audio clip surfaced, allegedly recorded inside the Frost house during the attack. A man's voice believed to be Kirk was heard shouting, "Stop yelling, Rasheeda! You'll wake him up!" Fans seized on the line. Who was him? Was the child inside the house during Jasmine's outburst? It true? It added a devastating layer of truth to Jasmine's claim that she'd been shut out of her son's life. Rasheeda's allies started speaking too. One of her close friends posted a cryptic message on Instagram. "Silence protects abusers, not victims." Another uploaded a quote, "Sometimes the strongest love is walking away." Fans took it as confirmation Rasheeda was preparing to leave Kirk. And then, just as fans were picking sides, Jasmine upped the ante again. She dropped a blurry clip just a few seconds long of papers being slammed on a table. In the background, a man's voice could be heard muttering, "Don't let Rasheeda see that." Fans froze. Was it Kirk? Was this Jasmine's proof that Kirk had hidden key documents during the custody battle? The clip ended too soon to tell, but the caption was enough. Endgame loading. By nightfall, the Frost saga wasn't just a love and hip-hop storyline, it was headline news. Major outlets ran pieces about domestic disturbances, custody wars, and reality TV spilling into reality. The scandal had crossed over, and there was no putting the genie back in the bottle. Cliffhanger. At 11:59 p.m., the same burner account that leaked Jasmine's threat the night before returned with one more post. A photo of a sealed evidence box marked Exhibit B video recording. The caption read, "Tomorrow, the footage speaks for itself." The internet went silent for a second before detonating all over again. By the next morning, the entire internet was on edge. Everyone wanted to know what was inside Exhibit B. That evidence box photo had trended all night, fueling rumors of unreleased footage. And when the leaks started trickling in, they weren't just scandalous, they were devastating. At 9:02 a.m. An anonymous account uploaded a 30-second clip allegedly taken from the Exhibit B file. The footage was shaky, grainy, but undeniably filmed from inside the Frost property. It showed Jasmine on the porch, banging on the door, screaming, "You stole my son, Kirk! You stole him from me!" Her voice cracked with rage. In the background, a faint female voice fan swore it was Rasheeda yelled, "Get her away from here!" Then came a crash as Jasmine hurled the ripped-out mailbox onto the lawn. The leak spread like wildfire. Gossip blogs plastered it with headlines like, "Exhibit B confirms Jasmine's rage outside." Frost home and security footage proves attack was real. TikTok edits remixed the clip into dramatic reels. Captions like, "She wasn't lying." "In court," she snapped. Police were forced to speak. Local outlets reported that officers had indeed been dispatched to Kirk's house that night. An official statement read, "Officers responded to a domestic disturbance. No arrests were made at this time. A report was filed." That confirmation alone was enough to turn speculation into fact. Jasmine had really stormed the Frost house. But the leaked clip wasn't the only bomb to drop. A second file surfaced later in the afternoon, this one even more chilling. It allegedly captured audio from inside the Frost home. Kirk's voice could be heard yelling, "Don't let her in. Don't let her near him." Fans froze. Him was unmistakable. It meant the child was inside the house during the attack. Suddenly, Jasmine's rage didn't look like pure madness. It looked like desperation. She wasn't just pounding on Kirk's door for revenge. She was fighting to see her son. The fandom split instantly. Praised Jasmine as a mother pushed to the edge by a manipulative ex. Others condemned her for endangering her child with chaos. The hashtags #Justice for Jasmine and #Protect the Frosts battled each other across timelines. Rasheeda, meanwhile, seemed to reach her breaking point. She posted a black and white selfie, no makeup, tears visible. The caption read, "Every woman has a limit. I just hit mine." The internet erupted. Fans begged her to leave Kirk once and for all. Blogs declared at the end of the Frost marriage. Memes depicted Rasheeda walking away from Kirk with Beyoncé's Irreplaceable playing in the background. Insiders whispered that Rasheeda had already moved out temporarily, taking essentials to her mother's house. One source claimed Rasheeda told Kirk directly, "You created this war and you left me to bleed in it. Don't call me until you fix it," whether true or exaggerated. The quote trended instantly. Fans crowned Rasheeda the queen, reclaiming her throne. Kirk, desperate to regain control, tried to spin the narrative. He posted a long caption under a family photo. "My family has been through storms before and we'll get through this one. Lies can't destroy what's real. My wife knows my heart. My kids know my love." But the comments weren't sympathetic. They were brutal. "Delete this before Rasheeda deletes you. If we don't believe you, we need more people. Your heart. Bro, check your front porch. Your front porch." Meanwhile, Jasmine doubled down. She posted a close-up photo of court documents with key details blurred. But the words custody, modification, and visitation rights were visible. Her caption, "They can spin it however they want." Then, "Truth is on paper. End game coming." The post hit 1 million views in under an hour. Fans declared it proof she wasn't acting unhinged. She was fighting a legal war that Kirk couldn't silence. Then came the most shocking development of all. Police body cam footage allegedly leaked. The clip circulating through gossip pages showed officers arriving at the Frost residence. Jasmine stood in the driveway, visibly distraught, yelling, "I just want my child." "He's mine too," an officer's voice responded. "Ma'am, we can't resolve custody disputes here." The footage ended with Jasmine sobbing as she was escorted away. The leak hit harder than any meme. For the first time, fans saw Jasmine not as a villain, but as a broken mother at war with a system and an ex who kept her locked out. Sympathy swelled online. "She's not crazy. She's desperate." Kirk weaponized the courts, and now he weaponizing Rasheeda. But sympathy wasn't universal. Critics argued Jasmine had crossed the line, traumatizing her son by dragging the fight to his doorstep. Then they blasted her as reckless and manipulative. The debate only fueled the frenzy, making the Frost scandal the hottest topic in Atlanta. By evening, Rasheeda made her most powerful statement yet. She posted a video walking through her boutique, calm but cold. At the end, she looked directly into the camera and said, "I won't let this circus define me." Sometimes walking away is the only way to protect your peace. The internet exploded. Fans interpreted it as her announcement that she was done with Kirk. Memes crowned her the queen of exit strategy. And then, as if the day hadn't been wild enough, a burner account posted one final leak. A short text thread allegedly between Kirk and an unknown contact saved as Coach. "Coach, she's already got the copies." Kirk, then why blame her coach? Because if Rasheeda sees the originals, it's over. The thread spread like wildfire. Authentic? It confirmed Jasmine wasn't the one who leaked the files. She was being scapegoated again. And the real bombshell wasn't hurt, was the mysterious originals that Kirk was desperate to hide. Cliffhanger: just before midnight, Jasmine posted a single chess piece emoji. No caption, no context. Fans screamed. Was she signaling that her endgame was about to hit? Or was she taunting Kirk one last time before unleashing the evidence that could finish him for good? The chess piece emoji was all Jasmine needed to post. It's just one symbol, and the internet detonated again. Fans flooded her comments with theories. Pawn means she's playing the long game. Endgame, about to checkmate Kirk. The Frost drama wasn't just gossip anymore. It had become a global spectator sport by noon. The originals everyone whispered about finally surfaced. An anonymous Dropbox link began circulating in private DMs and group chats. The folder was titled Custody Originals Full, and inside were 3 files. security_angle2.mp4, courtdocs_redacted.pdf, and voicememo_inside.wav. Within minutes, snippets leaked everywhere. The second angle security footage was the first blow. Unlike the earlier porch clip, this video showed Jasmine's face clearly as she screamed at Kirk's door. She looked wild, furious, but also broken. Her voice cracked as she yelled, "I carried him too, Kirk. It's mine, not just yours." The line hit fans like lightning. Suddenly, the hashtag #HESMineToo wasn't just a meme. 'Twas her raw plea. Then the court documents hit, blurred, redacted, but with enough visible lines to spark hysteria. They allegedly showed that Kirk had requested restricted visitation for Jasmine, citing instability and publicity risks. Worse, one line claimed visitation not in best interest until further notice. Fans were livid. So he really blocked her from seeing her own son? This explains why. She snapped. Sympathy swung harder in Jasmine's direction than ever before, but the voice memo was the knockout punch. In the muffled clip, a man's voice fans swore it was Kirk could be heard saying, "Don't let her see the papers. If Rasheeda finds out I filed this way, it's over." Gasps echoed across the internet. It wasn't just Jasmine fighting for her son anymore, it was Kirk hiding the truth from Rasheeda too. The fallout was instant and merciless. Blogs plastered the leaks with headlines like, "Kirk caught hiding custody truth." From Rasheeda and the originals expose everything. Fans flooded Rasheeda's page with messages. He lied to you again. You defended him for this. Queen, please walk away." And this time Rasheeda didn't stay silent. She posted a chilling video from her car. No makeup, eyes red, voice steady. "I've protected this man, this marriage, and this family for too long. I will not protect lies anymore. My loyalty has been used against me, and I won't carry his secrets any longer." She ended the video by removing her wedding ring and setting it on the dashboard. No words, just action. The internet erupted. Fans declared Rasheeda is done. Kirk tried one last desperate move. He posted a prayer emoji and a caption about family healing, but it was too late. The damage was beyond repair. Even his allies went quiet, distancing themselves from the chaos. Meanwhile, Jasmine leaned into her victory. She posted a simple black screen with the words, "You can't erase a mother." Fans crowned her the Queen of Custody War. Others warned she had crossed dangerous lines by taking her fight to Kirk's doorstep. But one thing was certain: Jasmine had shifted public opinion. For once, she wasn't just Kirk's scandal. She was the woman exposing him. The industry couldn't resist the spectacle. Yandi posted, "Mothers fight different. That's facts." And Easy's added, "Men who hide truths always lose." Even Bambi chimed in with a meme. "You can't gaslight a whole neighborhood with cameras." But the most shocking twist came. Late that night, an anonymous email landed in multiple bloggers' inboxes. Attached was a scanned legal draft titled "Petition for Emergency Custody Modification." At the bottom was a faint signature, allegedly Rasheeda's. Fans went feral. Wait, Rasheeda? Filing for custody of Kirk and Jasmine's child. Theories flew. Was she stepping in to protect the boy? Or was this her final act of vengeance, ensuring Kirk lost everything? By midnight, the Frost household was trending worldwide. Hashtags like hashtag RASHEED walks, hashtag HES mine too, and hashtag custody endgame dominated every platform. And while Kirk stayed silent, Jasmine dropped one last cryptic bomb. A video of her setting a chessboard on a table, placing the queen piece directly in the center. Caption, "Checkmate." Cliffhanger, just before sunrise, Rasheeda posted a single note on her Instagram story. White text on black background. No hashtags, no music. Just 7 words. "Tomorrow, I tell the world everything." The world held its breath, 'cause if Rasheeda really went public, it wouldn't just end her marriage. It could burn the entire Frost legacy to the ground. And there you have it, the custody battle that spiraled into an outwar. The night that turned Kirk's home into a battleground, and the leaks that flipped the entire Frost empire upside down. From Jasmine storming the porch to Rasheeda finally slipping off her wedding ring. The truth has clawed its way into the light, Dan. There's no going back. But the question hanging in the air is simple. What happens now? Will Rasheeda keep her word and tell the world everything? Will Jasmine finally secure her rights as a mother? Will the courts silence her once again? And most of all, will Kirk survive the avalanche of lies, leaks, and betrayals that now define his name? The stakes aren't just personal anymore. They're public, legal, and irreversible. One thing's for certain. This story isn't finished. Not by a long shot. The next chapter could bring arrests, lawsuits, or the final end of the Frost marriage. Don't miss it. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because the next twist could change everything. Everything.